Alright, hey guys. It's your boy. Yeah, it's not really your boy, but it's Cody. And yeah, I haven't been online lately, especially on my YouTube channel. Uh, and there's a pretty good reason for it. That just mostly comes down to the fact that I have a life, I guess. To where I go to work every day, just work. But I do love gaming still. However, I just don't have enough time or really want the effort to do any kind of videos or even streaming even. Um, but today I thought might as well stream a game of Madden. But I'm gonna do it in a franchise mode. I'm gonna start this more of a series. I don't know if it'll be like a weekly thing or anything like that. But yeah. Um, so that's the wrong one. This is mine.
This is the last opportunity to re-sign your
I don't care.
players or they'll become free agents.
I don't care if they're becoming free agents. Um, let's just make a new one. Um, I'm gonna create a new franchise using a real life roster. Um, and we're just gonna start right in the AFC or in the NFC Championship as the Packers. I'm a huge Packers fan. I
Select the
loved them
team you want to join.
since
Start
I
your
was
season with
younger.
recommended settings.
Um,
If you wish to change roles or
so
adjust
yeah,
options, use the tiles on the left.
we are going to turn off the superstar ability. I love using them, however, I do not play it in franchise mode due to the fact I just think um, it it's it's very hard, honestly. So I'm gonna turn on coach firing, um, just to kind of make it interesting. Um, Go to all pro, yeah, all pro because all Madden is just yeah, it's very hard. I don't like playing it. So um, yeah, we're gonna just keep everything on. Um, Salary cap is still on. If I get bored later on, I'll just change it. But the quarter length will change to 15 minutes. Um, and we'll go from there. Play clock will go to 20 seconds is fine. Um, all this will be manual. Um, and yeah, I'm just gonna turn this to third. No, not 30, just one. So it's only me. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna use my flare. And yeah. So the offensive coordinator, he's gonna ask us or tell us some information about the 49ers. Um, and yeah, 13-3. The Green Bay Packers, I think, they have a legitimate shot into the Super Bowl this year. You know, I, people, as minus 7.5 for San Francisco to win the game. They're gonna everybody's thinking they're gonna win by a touchdown. Me, I don't know. The first time, Adams wasn't fully 100% to the game plan, especially, but health-wise. Um, and Rogers, same way, but just his health was perfectly fine. His the game plan, however, for the game just got completely shut down. The 49ers defense is just killer. I think personally, for me, their their only reliable source of secondaries is um, Witherspoon and what's his name? Shoot, Sherman. There we go. Big boy Sherman from the uh, Seahawks back then. Richard Sherman came over to the Niners in the 2017 during the 2017 or 2018 off season. But yeah, let's play the fall game. I think I have a legitimate chance. The first time I played this, I came back from a 13-point lead from the 49ers, and I won that game in overtime. So anything is really possible. If I lose this game, it's all right. LaFleur is obviously going to be getting a contract extension, most indefinitely, if he has a successful season next year. Personally, I love his schemes, but we'll just have to see.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're back up to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well. One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman.
Run defense,
and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And Sanders has got it, complete.
Emmanuel Sanders.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On the return is Irvin. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by Aaron Rodgers, a Northern Cal native, played his college football just across the bay at Berkeley.
I would expect him to get a good reception, being back in the home area, without a doubt. They remember how well he played for Cal. But think about how his pro career started. They thought he might be the first pick in the entire draft. Instead, Alex Smith was selected, and he went to San Francisco. He has to go all the way to 24 before Green Bay grabs him. And there's a guy who's eventually going to be in the Hall of Fame, or eventually was going to be in the Hall of Fame, sitting in front of him. He had to sit for that time, had to learn, had to wait, had to burn for his opportunity. And once he got it, boy, did he make good on it.
When play games.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I think plays will.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36. A gain of about 4. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
Jaworski Tartt came out of Samford University in Alabama. And he is a guy who is an absolute flash at the safety position.
We're just going to fall back it. Danny Vitale. He's hardly getting any snaps. He's caught a couple balls. It's mostly a
they'll let the fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Jones. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Here's Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Let's see. 1st down.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Geronimo Allison, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Pressed up on him. At deep safety. Waited to the play. It's really just a pick and run.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And this one's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. This one complete to Coleman. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jones. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working. I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right.
Why he didn't follow with me.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 2nd down, it's Williams, and he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Williams. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
There's no safety.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
This is either going to go really good or really bad.
On 2nd down now.
Really good.
It's Williams, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Really needed.
Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's see here.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
All right, so they got the middle of the field.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Kill. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
On first down, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Scary. That's scary. Scary in the game.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After 1, it's 9-0.
I like our chances.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Jones.
Oh, my
and
God.
He's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
That's all right, though.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4.
I just
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down. It's Coleman, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
My defense.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Niners on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down conversion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's talk about football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle. A gain there of 21 yards.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And that's complete to Sanders. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Kendrick Bourne there to make the grab.
That was a good play.
As they are now on the board here in the 1st half. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. On 1st down,
Safety.
It's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Running right, Jones. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Both pretty good blockers. David Bakhtiari probably the best left tackle in the game. Outside of maybe this view. Can't list off. I don't know much about that, like offensive linemen outside of maybe Green Bay and maybe even the Cowboys.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
We're in a quick slant play.
Check 52.
It won't work. Let's see.
Hey, 88, 88, 88. Look at them.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And able to find Alan Lazard. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep and curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Rodgers going to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack on first down, Rodgers.
Touchdown. Easy touchdown.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown.
As soon as I saw that open field.
Devontae Adams, 26 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today.
Marquez is laying on the ground.
It's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. On second down now, it's Coleman. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run on first down. Coleman.
Killing me with a run.
A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
From the 39, Garoppolo. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Garoppolo now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Packers will get the football at their own 20-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Rodgers setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Yeah.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for the fullback. This is Vitale. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
On 2nd down. It's Jones. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. To throw is Rodgers. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt.
Oh, come on.
The crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points
so
at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Here we go.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout. Rodgers now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers of reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, it's Williams. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he finds a man with a crossing route. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. That is incomplete.
I almost got sacked.
Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
4th and 2.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Stopped him in his tracks. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
It's going to be
not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. That's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. From the 35 on second down, Rodgers, and a big loss here as he's taken down. D4 in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Went under the road to Baltimore, which is very hard to and I just don't see them losing against
the San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kenny Clark busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
When they do, it's mostly his running backs.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I think the game changer, if we can't get an actual.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter, right? Pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, gives up a hit late. You're so close to accomplishing everything you want and don't quite get it done. They'll come back with a vengeance on the next play.
A gain of 32 that time.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Here's Rodgers. Got a man, that's Allison. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A give to Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. That kind of looked like a defense fed up by being gashed in the running game all night.
Yeah, and imagine their coach saying, if you're fed up on that play, where were you the rest of the time? What took you so long? But flip it over to the offensive side. They've been dominating this thing, and to finally have a play go against them, that's not something that's going to make them feel very good this season.
Got him in.
They were adjusting.
It's Adams.
Got it off.
Touchdown, Green Bay.
He's wide open, too.
Davante Adams. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Great play.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it here with a fullback, Vitale. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
I love juking.
And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
They're like, oh, crap.
And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Oh, design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
I don't know, Vitale.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A well-executed 22-yard gain. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 25-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in. And it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling it. All right, you didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Watch tight, tight is right. Watch tight, tight is right.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. This is Coleman with the ground. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 19. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders. 55 yards. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Here's Rodgers to throw.
There's a play action.
Down he goes. Eric Armstead. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them.
Now 49er pressure, and they get it. It's blocked. Touchdown, 49ers. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are back within a single score.
Partners, you well know, every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
See, man. Honestly,
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a two-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Rodgers now on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bosa in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll try the right side with Jones. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Rodgers now to throw. Past the 20. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
That's just terrible.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith, his 2nd sack of the night. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the 1st down.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. It's caught by Coleman. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, get it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker, or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Levine Toilolo there to make the play. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 39. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Rodgers to Allison, good for a Green Bay first down. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Rodgers. This is caught. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. Here we go with Williams. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They will run again with Coleman. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some... Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. Yes. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Guys, this game's felt a bit weird all along the whole way through, and no better play maybe exemplifies that weirdness than that safety right there.
Partner, you got a tie game and time running out. You got to be ultra careful down on that end of the field, and this could very well be the play that decides this football game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready? Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
To throw is Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
All I needed is that safety, and I will.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
We got 4. We got 4.
They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. And as they take that knee, you can hear a pin drop in this stadium right now, partner.
I'd say you can hear a pin drop except for one thing. You hear a lot of people.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarkowski Tart. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one. Whether you're able to get into field goal range, or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
See if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One final try now for Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL.
All right. I'm going to get off.
The players on your team earned XP. Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game.
By upgrading them all by like that. Taylor Bennett, you know, congratulating us and going on to the Super Bowl. Let's see if there's any free agents like that I could pick up. Trevor Williams, Nick Perry. Now, personally, I don't like him at all, but I think releasing him was a good idea. I just don't think he deserved the money that we gave him. Um, like, Hamid Wilkerson should have re-signed, but that's on me. Trevor Williams, good corner actually. It's not too bad. That's the week. Let's view the Pro Bowl roster. So Jimmy Garoppolo and Russell Wilson, Drew Brees are going to take up some of it. Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, Tom Brady on the other end. We got McCaffrey, Elliott, Dalvin Cook, Juszczyk, C.J. Ham, Michael Thomas, Julio Jones, Chris Goodwin, Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson, Amari Cooper, George Kittle, Zach Ertz. You know, the real candidates. I personally think. Okay. Some of these you just wonder, like, how do they get on the team? You know, most of these are at least 70 overall. Some of them, there's like the few 69s, 68. You got a bunch of 99 overalls. 2 or 3 of them at least actually performed. Like Pat Mahomes, and he still performed. Christian McCaffrey performed. Aaron Donald, he's always gonna perform. The few weekly rewards. Ryan Tannehill. We number 1. Cool.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Few yearly awards. Now this is unacceptable. I think Matt LaFleur, I think if he beats Kyle Shanahan and wins the Super Bowl, I think he should be in the conversation of, it should go until the end of the Super Bowl. That's just me, honestly. Alright, so I think this stream, honestly, it's over. I like just doing 1 games, about an hour long, 2, an hour and a half, somewhere in there. But yeah, if you did watch the stream, big shout out to you guys. If you didn't, cool. If you're watching this as a video, good for you guys. Honestly, yeah, I think if you liked it, just leave a like, or you don't even need to, honestly. I'm not really busy, but leave a comment saying, hey, 2 more of these. These are cool, I guess that's fine, but, yeah, have fun. Great day.